They say every new beginning comes with a story, but for Emma Cole, her first day at Ridgewood High would turn into a nightmare she would never forget. Emma walked into the school gates clutching her backpack tightly, a faded pink one that used to belong to her late mother. Her sneakers were clean but old, and her long chestnut hair fell softly over her shoulders. Her eyes held a quiet sadness, the kind that only those who've been through too much too soon can carry. She was the new girl. And everyone could tell. Whispers followed her as she walked down the hall. Who's that? Probably another transfer. She looks so weird. Emma ignored them. She had promised herself she would start fresh, that this time, things would be different. But she didn't know that Ridgewood High had its own predators. And they were already watching. At the corner of the hallway stood Tessa, the self-proclaimed queen of the school. Perfect hair, designer jacket, and a smirk that could slice through glass. Beside her were Lena and Chloe, her loyal shadows, the kind of girls who laughed at every cruel joke and followed every cruel order. When Tessa saw Emma, her lips curled. Look what we've got here, another charity case. Emma tried to walk past, but Tessa stepped in front of her. Tessa, hey, new girl. Love your vintage backpack. What's that, from 2005? Lena, laughing, maybe her grandma gave it to her. Emma, quietly, excuse me. I just want to get to class. Tessa, oh, you'll get to class. But first, let's make sure you fit in. She accidentally knocked Emma's books from her hands. The papers scattered across the floor. A few students slowed down, watching. No one helped. That's how it always was. Emma knelt, gathering her papers, pretending not to notice the laughter echoing behind her. But her trembling fingers betrayed her pain. She whispered to herself, just breathe, Emma, just breathe. Later, at lunch, she sat alone at a small corner table near the window. She pulled out a homemade sandwich, neatly wrapped in foil. But before she could take a bite, a shadow fell over her. It was them again. Tessa, oh, no one told you? That's our table. Emma, there are plenty of seats. Chloe, are you talking back? Without warning, Tessa snatched the sandwich from Emma's hands and dropped it on the floor. Tessa, oops. Lena, you should thank her. At least she's helping you lose weight. The cafeteria roared with laughter. Emma's throat tightened. She felt her chest burning, not just from humiliation, but from rage. She wanted to scream, to fight back, but she knew how that would end. The teachers always believed the popular ones. So she picked up her bag and ran to the restroom. She locked herself in a stall and cried silently. Her reflection in the mirror stared back at her, broken, small, but still breathing. Narrator, sometimes, it's not the bruises you see that hurt the most. It's the ones they leave inside you. The bullying got worse every day. They tripped her in hallways, they scribbled insults on her locker. Loser. Rat. Freak. They even spread rumors online, saying she begged people for lunch money, but Emma kept going. Because every night when she got home, her dad was waiting for her. Michael Cole, a quiet man in his 40s, worked 2 jobs just to keep a roof over their heads. He'd lost his wife to cancer 2 years ago, and since then, Emma was all he had. Michael, hey, champ. How was school? Emma, forcing a smile, good, Dad. Really good. He didn't believe her smile. But he didn't push. He just hugged her tighter every night, whispering, you're stronger than you think, sweetheart. Don't ever forget that. Those words kept her going. Until the day everything broke, the day of the incident. It was Friday, the end of the week. The halls buzzed with excitement for the weekend. Emma tried to move quickly, head down, hoping to go unnoticed. But fate had other plans. In the girls' locker room after gym class, Tessa and her friends cornered her again. Tessa, you think you can ignore us? Emma, please, just leave me alone. Chloe, poor baby. She's gonna cry again. They surrounded her, laughing, taunting. And then, Tessa held up something that made Emma's blood run cold. A pair of scissors. Tessa, you like your hair, huh? Let's give you a makeover. Emma's heart pounded. Emma, no. Don't. But before she could escape, Lena grabbed her arms while Chloe held her down. Tessa yanked Emma's hair and snipped. The first chunk fell to the floor. Narrator, in that moment, time froze, the sound of laughter turned into echoes of pain, and Emma's world shattered. Tears streamed down her face as more hair fell around her. The girls laughed harder. Tessa, there. Now you look like the loser you really are." Emma screamed, but no one came. No teacher. No friend. No one, not until a deep voice thundered from the doorway, "Michael," shouting, "What the hell is going on here?" The room went dead silent. Emma's father stood there, his work uniform still on, fists clenched, eyes blazing with fury. He had come to surprise her for lunch, something he hadn't done in months. But what he walked into was something no father should ever see. Tessa froze, scissors still in her hand. The color drained from her face. "Michael, put those down. Now." "Tessa, and Mr. Cole, we were just—" "Michael, just what?" "Torturing my daughter." His voice echoed through the hall. Teachers rushed in. Students gathered by the door. For the first time, the bullies looked small. Terrified Emma, shaking and sobbing, collapsed into her father's arms. He held her tight, whispering, "It's okay, sweetheart. I've got you now. No one will ever hurt you again." The teachers escorted the girls to the principal's office. Their laughter was gone. Their eyes were filled with fear. Narrator, softly, sometimes life lets monsters roam free, until they cross the wrong line, until they hurt the wrong person, and then, justice begins to wake up. As Michael carried his daughter out of that school, whispers turned to silence. The same students who laughed at Emma now looked away, ashamed. They knew something had changed that day, something powerful had been set in motion.